हरे कृष्णा
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय।
जय
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
की जय। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम ऑल गॉड श्रील प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम ऑल गॉड प्रभुपाद गुरु महाराज की जय।
So is Kanchan Mata ji ready प्रभु?
Yeah, Kanchan is going to start. I'll be going there.
Okay.
श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाणी
प्रचारिणी
निर्विशेषा
शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणी
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे राम हरे रामेव केवलम् नास्तेव गतिरन्यथा।
हरे नाम
केवलम्
नास्ति
नास्ति गतिरन्यथा।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम
हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे
हरे राम
हरे
राम
राम
राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की
की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की
प्रभुपाद
जय.
की जय, कांचन माचार्य की जय. Wonderful kirtan, you know. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Twenty 22.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't get a chance to hear last week's session because too many things are happening.
Right.
So can you recap?
Yeah. So, yeah, I will take some time to, I have to get the notes. Where is that?
21 is it? So
Yeah, Prabhuji. So 5 point.
this is the one, right? Nirashiryata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham.
Right.
Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reactions.
Right.
Can you please share the screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, you can see your screen.
Yes. So this is what we learned last week. So Ramshyam Prabhu, go ahead.
Hold on, Prabhuji. I'll have to pull that.
Yes.
Uh,
Hare Krishna, Ajit Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, All Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam, Guru Prabhupada. Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, All Guru Prabhupada, Guru
Jai
Maharaj.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhupada.
So we're just trying to recap last week's session too.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we had done 20, 21, 22, right?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yes.
Prabhuji, we can read the translations for all three, and I don't
Yes,
think.
Prabhu.
Yeah, let's read the translation for all three.
Go ahead, Prabhu. It is on my screen.
Okay. Yeah, so abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent. He performs no creative actions, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. Okay. And such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions and act only for the bare necessities of life. Thus, working, he is not affected by sinful reactions. He who is satisfied with the gain which comes of its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady in both success and failure, is never entangled all the performing actions. Yeah, Prabhuji, so now I remember what we discussed about. So very important things we discussed about in the middle one, 21 sloka. So that we were meditating on, even in the bare necessities, resources which we have. So by that we can satisfy ourselves and we can engage most, means ourselves in the devotional service. So topmost service is the devotional service to, to do the loving devotional service to the Lord. And when we have lots of opulences and all, so we may deviate on, turn up our face from Krishna. So if we have limited resources, so maximum time we can spend to the, devotional services, bhakti for the Krishna. And so what are the, how much we were talking about, I remember Mataji was talking, like saying that, what is the meaning of bare necessities? So because whenever we think of this is not enough for me, whatever I get, suppose I tried it for 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, again I try for furthermore. So I am thinking like, as per me, this is my bare necessity, again one house, 2 house, 3 house, 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars. So Prabhupada mentioned in the previous also, what they were following, like the bare necessity. One, 4 acre of land and 1 cow is sufficient, to for the properly engage, properly engage ourselves in the devotional service to please the Lord. And if we are having too much, then if we have too much money, so that also cause distress, because we have to think of where to invest that, how to protect that. If we are having too much of money, then somebody will be stealing the money, and somebody, otherwise we have to, think of how to invest that. So we'll be fully engaged in that rather than, engaging ourselves in the devotional service. So that's our practical way of understanding, how much our, and a very important thing is, as minimum resource we have, maximum we can devote to the Krishna. And depending upon, as Mukta Sangha Prabhu, we were also discussing, like Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, how much they have, talked about, they have themselves, done that, so that I know they have also recommended to do for the others. So in that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu book also it is written 50% to be given to the Krishna service, because everything comes from the Krishna. Whatever opulences we have, whatever money we have, that is Krishna money. We are just saying that it is our money, but no. So all things comes from, everything emanates from Krishna. So it's Krishna money. So 50% to the devotional service, 25% to the relatives and our family members, and 25% again to that family members, and 25% for our survivals, and 25% to the relatives. So that way it is 100%. So overall, these two major we meditated last time and discussed last time. That's what I remember, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhu. So you almost summarized everything.
Right.
I think so, bro.
So today we don't have our Saujanya Mataji because her family is traveling to India tomorrow, so she's a little busy, tied up. So if you're okay, we can continue with our new session.
Yeah, let's continue. Start with verse 23. So would someone like to read that?
Okay. Prabhu, you want to go, or somebody else? Itida, you want to go?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Okay, let me share the screen. Just go ahead. Can you see?
Yes.
Khatasa Sangasa Muktasya
Gata
Sangasya
Sangasya
Muktasya
Nana Vastita Chetasaha.
Nana Vastita Chetasa
Jnana Vasita
Chetasa
Yajnaya Charataha Karma.
Yagna Charada Karma
Yajya
Karma
Charataha
Samakram
Samakram Praviryate
Samagram praviliyate.
Viliyate.
English you can read, no?
The
Okay.
work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. Thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Karan Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir
Brahmarpanam Brahmahari.
Brahmagno Brahmanahutam.
Brahmagno
Brahmanahutam.
Brahmaivatena Gantavyam.
Brahmevatena Gantavyam.
Brahma Karma Samadhina.
Brahma karma samadhina.
A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature.
Devami pare yagyam.
Devameva Pareyagam.
Yogina paryupasate.
Yogina Paryupasate.
Brahmagana apare vapare yagyam.
Brahmagna
Pareyagam.
Yagnavopajyati. The translation by His Divine Grace Sabhay Charna Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So anybody wants to go? Rati Priyamata, you want to go again? 23, not 23, right? 23, yes.
23, yeah.
Rati Priyamata, you there? Okay, Kirtida, you want to go?
Yeah, sure, bro. Gata sangasya muktasya
Gata
Sangasya
Muktasya.
jnanavastita chetasaha
Jnanavastita chetasaha.
yagnayacharataha karma
Yajnayacharataha karma.
samagram praviliyate.
Samagram praviliyate.
The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think
Yes.
unless there's anybody else wants to read, otherwise let's start with the discussion then maybe. Yeah. Om Agyantimanasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurumenitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanyam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So actually now we are concluding with verses 23 and 24, this set of 9 verses, 16 to 24, in which Krishna basically describes akarma. Remember, we were discussing at the beginning of this from some weeks ago, the three types of actions, karma, vikarma, and akarma. And Krishna emphasized that akarma is the highest type of karma because it is action in Krishna consciousness. It is act without any desire for fruitive results. So that is akarma. And so Krishna is concluding the description of akarma in verses 23 and 24. So in 23, Krishna then says, Gata sangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasaha. So Gata sangasya, one unattached to the modes of material nature, muktasya is liberated. So Krishna says that the work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. So the work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature. So there are two requirements here. One is that the man is unattached to the modes of nature. In other words, the person is not acting under the influence of the modes. The person has complete control over the senses as well as the mind, and the intelligence is purified. That is the description of a person who is completely controlled as far as the influence of the modes of nature is concerned. And then the second requirement was, and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge. So to be situated in transcendental knowledge is important also. In other words, you cannot achieve what was described in the first part, or the first requirement cannot be achieved unless the second one is fulfilled. Because unless you are in transcendental knowledge, unless you have knowledge, you will not be pursuing a path of spirituality. Unless there's knowledge about the Supreme Lord, knowledge about we being the spirit soul and we are not the body, unless that knowledge is there, and unless the knowledge is there that we need to be serving the Supreme Lord as the ultimate goal of our life, we'll just be acting under the influence of the modes of nature. You see, naturally, a living entity acts under the modes of material nature. If you think about human beings, and especially, well, just a regular, normal, if we can use the word normal, just most ordinary people, they are acting for survival. And if you, below human beings, if you look at animals, they are completely acting for survival only. It's just the basic activities, eating, sleeping, defending, mating, that's all. So that is because they are acting under the modes of material nature, whatever modes they have acquired. An animal has no karma associated with their actions. They are simply acting under the modes of nature. Similarly, human beings will also act under the modes of nature. But it is the second requirement, the knowledge part. When that knowledge comes to us by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, then we start understanding our true position, and then we start kind of becoming aware that, oh, I have to actually try to control the influence upon me of the modes of material nature. And only then will I be able to make spiritual progress. Only then will I be able to conduct my activities in a way that is pleasing to the Supreme Lord and not get implicated in karma. So that's why these two things are very important. Knowledge, and then being unattached to the modes of material nature. But attachment, or rather detachment from the modes of material nature, only comes if there is knowledge. And how will we get that knowledge? As Prabhupada, the famous verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Brahmande Brahmite Kono Bhagavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata. So by the mercy of the Guru, mercy of Krishna, mercy of the Vaishnavas, somehow, if we get that Bhakti Lata Bij, then only we'll start to get some knowledge. And when the knowledge starts coming, then the detachment from the modes of material nature starts happening. Otherwise, we'll be like the first part of that verse, Brahmande Brahmite, Konomo. So we'll just be rotating from one Brahman to the other, just, going from one life form to another. But it's a very, 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 very fortunate soul who comes in contact with a bona fide devotee of the Lord. So that way we are all extremely fortunate that somehow we have gotten in touch with the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, and through him, through our Guru, through the devotee association, we are connected to the bona fide Acharya Sampradaya, through which we are getting this knowledge. So Krishna says that once you get this knowledge, and then you start controlling the senses and performing all actions for my benefit, then the work that you perform becomes secondary. Secondary meaning the work that you perform will not incur material reaction, because the work becomes transcendentalized. You're working for me. Krishna says you're working for me. The work becomes transcendentalized. We know, we've seen in chapter 3 when we were discussing chapter 3, and we've discussed many times here, and the other day Muktasanga Prabhu gave a nice example also, that karma is very complicated. Karma is very complicated. It is very, very difficult to understand karma. So much so that it has been accepted that other than the 12 Mahajans, others, we really don't know what karma leads to what reaction exactly. It's very, very difficult. It's a very, it's a topic that, we are in this world, we have to act, we are intimately connected with action, we have to act. But every action, there is some karma associated with it. There is some reaction associated with it. And to know what reaction associated with which action is very difficult, other than the Mahajans. And so Krishna basically gives us a very clear principle here. He says, unless your action is performed for my service and for my devotional service, for my pleasure, it will incur reaction. And the reaction will keep you bound in this material world. So in one sense, it's very simple. Just act for Krishna and there will be no reaction. So that's basically what he is saying in 23. And then in 24, Krishna gives a very interesting description of how actions and sacrifices, etc., can be dovetailed with his service. Where he says, a person who is fully absorbed Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered. So he gives all these, the use of the word Brahma is made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in this verse. So, because he's describing the process of sacrifice where there are oblations being put into the fire. And so it's the sacrifice is basically highlighted here to highlight or as an analogy for the higher principle that action, any activity, should be performed for Krishna's pleasure. And he's using the example of a sacrifice where there is a person who performs a sacrifice, there's a priest, there's a fire, there are oblations put into the fire, there is ghee which is put into the fire. So these are all the ingredients, the time and the place, all of these are the ingredients of that particular action or that particular karma. And Krishna is saying when each of those ingredients is spiritualized, when each of those ingredients is done, or when the activity is performed for the sake of Krishna's pleasure, then each of those ingredients also become spiritualized. And when they become spiritualized, then there's no reaction. And he's saying, please use that as an example to understand your actions. So in other words, when we are sitting at our desk in the office and let's say working on a computer, the place, the time, the endeavor, the performer of the action that you perform, the result that you get from it, all of that can be compared to this act of sacrifice, performing a fire yagna. And just like the fire yagna becomes spiritualized, all of our daily activities, and I just use simple example of our day-to-day work, sitting in an office on a computer at our desk, that also becomes spiritualized in the same way when our consciousness is basically focused on Krishna. So in the purport, basically Prabhupada explains that everything, the material world basically exists in the Brahma Jyoti. Because the word Brahma is used here 5 times, he basically says that the material world is basically existing in Brahma Jyoti, so it is spiritual in nature. However, when the propensity to try and exploit the resources of nature for our own sense gratification, when that propensity comes in, that is compared to a covering of that Brahma Jyoti. And so in the purport, there's an interesting line where Prabhupada says that that is Maya, that is illusion, where you think that you can enjoy or control the resources of material nature. They actually belong to Krishna. They have to be used in Krishna's service by us. But we, under the influence of Maya, think that it belongs to us and we can use it for our own benefit, for our own pleasure. And that is Maya. And then Prabhupada describes that Maya or that illusion can be removed through the practices of Krishna consciousness. So, I mean, this is just the high level principle. In the following verses, starting from 25, there will be more and more details of activities discussed, activities in Krishna consciousness. But through 24 or in verse 24 is just the high level principle is explained. Now, another topic sort of that comes out in the purport is stemming from the last word of that verse, text 24, samadhina. So samadhi means complete absorption, as Prabhupada translates here. Samadhi means complete absorption. If you talk to non-devotees, they say that samadhi means a person is sitting like a yogi in one place, eyes shut, and is in a trance, meaning he's completely disconnected. He or she is completely disconnected from the material environment and from his or her surroundings. While that may have been practical and even possible in prior yugas, in Kali Yuga, that is completely not possible. But still, samadhi is possible. And samadhi means complete absorption. And as Prabhupada describes in the purport here, that samadhi can be attained by any person who performs all their activities in Krishna's service. That state of mind where you are all the time trying to please Krishna, that state of mind is called samadhi. So a person, samadhi is not inactive or is not sitting in one place, is not like the yogi. That is the quote unquote, the traditional description of samadhi. This is the practical bhakti devotion of samadhi, where a person is very active and seemingly performing ordinary activities, but the person is actually in samadhi because their consciousness is completely absorbed in Krishna. So it's a very important point, an indicator that we need not worry. And Krishna was telling Arjun, by performing your activity as a Kshatriya, by being a Kshatriya, by performing your duty to fight in the battle, don't worry. You will still be pleasing me. In order to please me, you don't have to retire and go to the forest. I mean, that's the whole context behind this discussion. And that applies to us as well in our day-to-day life. We don't have to give up what we are doing. It is just a matter of doing everything with the consciousness that how can I please Krishna with this activity. Another interesting thing we've seen, like in the discussion of Karma Yoga, chapters 3 and then again in 5, you see the Varnashram system is recommended. Varnashram system has been developed for the purpose of helping people perform action in Krishna consciousness. The Vedic injunctions, the Vedas describe, when you think about the Varnashram system, 4 Varnas, 4 ashrams is like a 4x4 matrix. And so you could be a brahmachari. A brahmachari could be a Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, or Shudra. A grahastha could be Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, or Shudra, so on and so forth. So each of the Varnas can have 4 different ashrams. And according to the Vedas, there are different prescriptions for each of those combinations. So for those 16 combinations, there are different prescriptions. So brahmachari, who is a Brahman, will have a certain set of prescribed duties, and a brahmachari who is a Vaishya will have a different set of prescribed duties. But the goal is to bring both of them to the same point, which is the point of engaging in devotional service to the Lord and ultimately developing Krishna Prema. So that is how scientific the Varnashram system is. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains again that in Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to follow the Vedic injunctions for each of those Varnas and each of those ashrams. Therefore, he says, regardless of what Varna and ashram you are in, you simply follow the process of hearing and chanting, Shravanam Kirtanam. Because he said the other thing is the Varnashram system, the recommendations of Vedas from the Varnashram system are not really that applicable to us, because, I mean, they are applicable to us, but they have to be, one has to understand really which Varna and which ashram I am in. Because the thing is that in Kali Yuga, everybody, they say Kalau Shudra Sambhava. Everybody is basically of a Shudra mentality. So we may say, oh, I am born in a Brahmin family. You know, I am Brahmin. And Prabhupada says, you are, just because you're born in a Brahmin family doesn't mean that you are acting like a Brahmin. And if you don't act like a Brahmin, then you're not a Brahmin. So then you are just Dvij Bandhu. You are not Dvija, but you are Dvij Bandhu. You are friend of a Brahmin, but you're not really Brahmin. So that's why, because in Kali Yuga, everybody is practically Shudra mentality. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnam Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha, that these 4 Varnas have been performed by me based on Guna and Karma. Now, if our Guna and Karma is all Shudra-like, then it doesn't matter what our last name is. We may have been born in a Brahmin family, but Guna and Karma are all Shudra-like. So we are basically Shudras. So Mahaprabhu says, don't worry so much about which Varna and which ashram you're in. The most practical and effective solution in Kali Yuga is to follow the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. And that will purify the mind, purify the heart, purify the intelligence. So now we can see the connection between the recommendation from Mahaprabhu for Kali Yuga and what's been said in verse 23, which is, when you have transcendental knowledge, you can surpass the influence of the modes of material nature. Through the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam, through the process of hearing and chanting, our intelligence becomes strong, our mind becomes cleansed of material propensities, And that's how we are able to control our senses. So the recommendation that Krishna has made 5,000 years ago is practically achievable in Kali Yuga through the process of hearing and chanting given to us by Krishna in his form as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then another, so when we purify our consciousness through the process of hearing and chanting, we become situated in the state of samadhi. That is constant absorption in Krishna consciousness. So sometimes people ask question that how can I be 24 hours engaged in Krishna consciousness when I spend 8 hours of the day sleeping? So sleep is also necessary to rejuvenate the body and to recharge the body. So when we are awake, if our consciousness is completely focused on serving Krishna and pleasing Krishna, then the 8 hours of sleep is actually assisting us in that goal, assisting us in that endeavor. So then sleep is not just an action in the mode of ignorance. Then sleep is okay. Oversleeping is not recommended, but sleeping enough to get rest, to rejuvenate our body, to be able to serve Krishna actively is okay. So that way so that's how our 24 hours can be engaged in Krishna's service. So we'll go through 24. I'll stop at 24, Prabhu, because from 25 onward, then the theme kind of changes. So through 24, we've basically discussed akarma. And so in 24, Krishna is concluding by saying that a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, first in these verses, he's explaining how to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And then 24, he's giving the result. He says the person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom. Is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities. So the result, the benefit of following Krishna consciousness is that we'll surely attain the spiritual kingdom. And in order for that to happen, when our material activities, our material karma, even though it is performed in this material environment, through our senses, through our material senses, we are spiritualizing our body, which is basically material, but we are spiritualizing it through the activities of Krishna consciousness. So we'll stop here, Prabhu. I think just so that the theme doesn't, like we can conclude this theme, and then from 25 onwards, then we can talk about the new theme that starts.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So if you want to add to it or any comments or questions and all that.
You have something, Ramchand Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji. So I was going through the purport. Very wonderfully you explained, Prabhuji, about the unattachment of the three modes of material nature, so that by controlling the senses, and when we can use in the Krishna consciousness, so that will become transcendental. So like, so Prabhupada says, like Prabhupada has mentioned one analogy, like the same in the verse 24. So this activity of this material, three modes of material nature, whatever we have that, like whatever we have in the nature, or three modes of material things or activities, when we engage in the Krishna consciousness, then it becomes transcendental. Then it becomes transcendental. As to understand it, how we can understand as a layman. So suppose we have the milk product. By milk product, by eating too much of suppose ghee or milk itself, it causes indigestion. So the another milk product only, like yogurt, can cure it. So So Krishna's energy means Krishna's energy or external energy, that is three modes of material nature. So Krishna is saying that, like, whatever I have given the three modes of material nature, if you use in me, so that will become transcendental. You back to home, back to Godhead. So this analogy, is really, really good, understandable. So what mentions there. So indigestion caused by the milk is can be cured by the milk product only, that is yogurt. So,
So
nice.
Prabhupada explains things very, very beautifully.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that up, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
analogy.
Yeah.
Suvarnangi Mataji has a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavats Pranams, all good Shri Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Mataji, no problem, Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, I have a question regarding the Samadhi you were explaining, Prabhu. So, can this be related to the like complete detachment, as you mentioned, and thinking of Krishna? So, is it like Ashakti, Prabhu? I'm trying to relate with that ladder, Prabhu, Ashakti, Nishta, Ruchi. And how can we relate, Prabhu, Samadhi and...
So, Nishta, Ruchi, etc. So, those are the stepping stones, or the various milestones, rather, that are that a person achieves. And eventually, they reach the stage of Samadhi. And Samadhi, here as Prabhupada describes, means that you are situated fully, or you're fully absorbed in pleasing Krishna. The person's focus becomes that I have to always please Krishna, as opposed to the previous yoga description of Samadhi, where the yogis would shut themselves out from external interactions and say, okay, I'm just going to shut my eyes, I'm going to meditate, and I'm in Samadhi when I can see Krishna within my heart. But that is not possible and not recommended in Kali Yuga. So the ladder that you were talking about, those are different milestones that eventually bring us to the state of Samadhi, as long as we follow the practices of Krishna consciousness or devotional service. Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Because that is where like we shift from Vaidehi Marg to Raganuga Bhakti, right, Prabhu?
In Samadhi, yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
In Samadhi, but to get there is a long process.
Long process, yes. Prabhu.
Yeah. So, we are basically practicing Vaidhi Bhakti.
Yes, yes.
Because this is the process which will eventually cleanse us.
Purify us.
Purify us. So, you see, again, one lesson that is applicable very, very nicely in all these to help understand all these questions is the Damodar Leela, where the rope was always falling 2 fingers short, and the 2 fingers represent the effort of the person and the mercy of the Lord. Without these 2 ingredients, we cannot achieve success. So the Vaidhi Bhakti directions that we follow, they represent our effort. We are putting in this effort. We are following the directions of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. They say, okay, perform Vaidhi Bhakti and do it like this. Chant 16 rounds, read, hear, etc. Serve. All of these things are the effort part. And the Lord's mercy is always there. So as long as we continue to make this effort, we will attain love of God eventually by the mercy of the Lord. He will, you see, just like, and if you think about Dhruv Maharaj's example, Dhruv Maharaj was meditating in the forest upon the Lord. When the Lord decides, okay, now I will give him darshan, immediately he came, the super soul came out of the heart and he was standing in front of him. Dhruv Maharaj's focus on the Lord kind of broke because he was like, where did the Lord go? And then when he opened his eyes, he saw him standing in front of him. So by the mercy of the Lord will decide when we develop that state of pure love for him. But for us, we have to just keep putting in the effort. Does that help, Motherji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
You're welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shiva Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Jai.
Prabhuji, is Krishna divided the four varnas. Is it because of devotion or karma, or how Prabhuji?
Okay, yeah. So the four divisions he provided, he has made based on guna and karma. This is Chatur Varnam Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So depending on the karma, we have the influence of these material modes acting upon us a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And so based on that, we are put into these one of the four different varnas.
Okay, so it is not like that we are fixed. So even sometimes a devotee can, can be in the three modes, right, Prabhuji? Like 3 different modes. So when he goes into the mode of ignorance, so he became like a Shudra or something.
Yes. Yes. And so what happens is that in Kali Yuga, the influence of the, the influence of the modes is such that majority of the influences of ignorance and people are in the Shudra mentality.
Okay.
But the Lord is so kind that he has given this process of hearing and chanting that can elevate anybody up to the point of Brahman. It can elevate anybody to the point of Brahman. This is the Lord's mercy. See, I mean, we were just discussing about effort and mercy. So the Lord has given this mercy. You see, when the Vedas were written or when they were spoken before the Satyug even started. And now we are just going through cycles. Satyug, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Satyug, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. I mean, the cycle is just continuing. The instructions of Vedas are valid in each of these yogas. But this 4x4 matrix of, Varna and Ashram, depending on where you fall, you have a certain set of Vedic practices recommended for bringing you to the platform of love of Godhead or bhakti. But in Kali Yuga, majority are in that Shudra box. All the other boxes you think of the matrix, those are blank. Everybody sitting in the Shudra box. Now to elevate the Shudra to the Brahman, this process of devotional service is given.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
You're welcome. Other thoughts, questions?
So, I mean, this is not in the context of what we discussed today, but you brought up this, right? The 2-finger philosophy.
Yes, Prabhuji.
2-finger short. I just wanted to share because somebody asked this wonderful question that when Krishna was tied by Mother Yashoda, there was always 2-finger short rope, right? So there was always a 2-finger short, right? The rope.
Right.
And then she got another rope tied together. Then again, it was 2-finger short, right?
Right.
One devotee asked this nice question. So if it is 2-finger short, why couldn't he unwind one round and then tie it? It is obvious, right? Now you can unwind one and then tie. Then there won't be any shortage. So why didn't he do that? So what would be the answer, bro? I know the answer. I just want to hear what would be the answer.
One of the answers is that if she opened it up, one of the ropes, she don't want to tie it in front because then Krishna would open it. So she wanted to tie it behind so that Krishna wouldn't be able to reach it and open it.
No, she can tie it behind also if you unwind. Yeah, you can tie it.
Right. But then Krishna, well, okay, so what is the answer that you have? I
want to give the, my just assumption or whatever before Mukta Sangha Prabhu gave his final answer.
Yeah.
So like again, if we want to unwind and then again tie, so that is our efforts, again our efforts, So Krishna mercy and Krishna plan is different. So it's not like, materially we see that rope is, this much a big. Yashoda Maya was seeing that whole rope, this, and she was connecting and all. So whatever we can do, our hooks and tricks doesn't work until unless Krishna desire.
Yeah, but still
Yeah, that is the philosophy.
That's the philosophy part of it, but still she would have easily tied.
Or she could have taken a rope, just cut it to be more than, instead of 2 fingers, make it about 6 fingers long, so that there's enough to, right?
Right, yeah. She could have done many things.
So many things she could have done, right?
But she was not able to actually, in reality.
She was doing, Prabhuji, why? She was doing,
No, it was always 2 fingers short. Even if you took another rope, tied to the same rope and then trying, then
right.
He came to the end, it was always 2 fingers short.
Yeah, always 2 fingers short. She was adding big ropes. I'm telling that. So she was.
Then it was 2 fingers short.
Even then, right. and you see, this is where Krishna as Yogeshwar comes in. The mystic power of Krishna was such. Now, see, we are talking hindsight in 2020. We are talking with logic, right? We are saying that okay, it was 2 fingers short. She should have just opened the previous rope, right? And instead of tying it around him, just tied it. But when she tried that through Krishna's mystic power, even that became 2 fingers short.
Yes, that was my I was telling the same thing.
No, the reason is actually it is very close, but reason what I heard from authorities is that, whenever she tied, whether that rope or additional rope, whatever it is, when she was about to knot the tie, right? When she was about to tie that, Krishna's stomach grows big. Okay, so it grows so big that she always had 2 fingers short. Okay, even if she unwound one and then she was trying to tie, then Krishna's stomach again grows big. So then that becomes again 2 fingers short. That is the answer.
Yeah, I mean, this is all Krishna's mystic power, you see?
Yeah.
Where the logic, I mean, you see, again, from a philosophy perspective, what the Leela indicates is whatever logic you use, whatever effort you use, whatever intelligence you use, it can only take you so far. Unless the Lord, after all, to put in effort, we have to use our intelligence. We will use logic. We'll try to think, like you're saying, we'll do all these calculations. Okay, how long is, how short is it? Let me try to bridge the gap, so on and so forth. But Krishna's mystic power is such that we can never, whether he expands his stomach or he contracts it, his mystic power is such, everybody gets bewildered. You get bewildered and you don't even know what you're doing. And you're stuck in that situation where, again, the rope is short. Point being, you cannot compete with Krishna.
Yeah.
You need his mercy.
To take topic out of context. It was just,
but that is good. No, we should have.
No, it's a nice point because people ask. It is this question.
When we hear people's questions, we try to learn more.
Yes.
No. So
yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. It was nice to.
Anyone has any question? If not, we can end here.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, bro. And yes, before we end, I would like to take this opportunity because this Sunday is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the mothers in this call and in this world who have dedicated their entire life to serve their families and help Krishna conscious family members in their individual endeavors. So I would like to thank all of the mothers. A big Hari Hari Bol to all the mothers. So thank you very much.
Hari Bol.
Sir,
Hari Bol, Mataji.
will
Mukunda, you are having question or what?
Mukunda Prabhu. Mukunda Prabhu has raised his hand. You want to thank your mother?
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisance. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Prabhuji, I got the opportunity to to thank. First of all, I want to thank you for the wishes that we are going to have one day. That's Mother's Day, but still, we have to cook. we are never free from this cooking and all, and doing the housework and all. So I just wanted to add in that Damodar Leela, as we were discussing in the class. So when the Krishna is increasing his belly, that time I heard in the lecture of some Maharaj, and the belly was not shown to anyone else. So what I heard, even though the belly was becoming big and bigger after using more and more clothes to tie the rope to tie, and belly was not even seen by Yashoda Maya also. And one more thing, in that lecture I heard she asked many ropes, even clothes and dupattas from all the gopis and from the all around the Vrindavan. Everything was it was coming and coming, and she was just joining one after another. Yes, in that the same way. Mukund is pretending here the same thing. So she was trying one after another this rope, but still it was it was short for that, and because the belly was increasing, but it was not shown. Sorry, you can show that. So that thing, Prabhuji, I wanted to include. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Madhuri. That's so nice to hear.
So all your cooking and everything will be in Krishna's service, so you'll be liberated, according to our discussion today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, that's the verse number 23rd and 24th.
Yes. So all our activities in Krishna consciousness will liberate us. We'll go back to spiritual kingdom.
Krishna is saying it, so it's got to be true.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much again. Wonderful session, and I will take leave today for now.
Okay,
Once
so
I did not.
The hand on the left side. I don't know who is there. There's no name.
Oh, sorry. Who is that? Somebody raised the hand.
Somebody.
A dot.
The dot. Who is the dot?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, Prabhu. Who is that?
It's Mahatma Sevadas.
Oh, Mahatma Prabhu.
Oh, Mahatma Seva Prabhu. Hare Krishna. How are you, Prabhu?
I'm good, Prabhuji.
Thank you for joining.
Very last minute, but one thing about the rope that you brought up in the Damodar Leela, even the kundal and everything was alive. So even the rope was alive. Like I heard in one of the lectures that it would have automatically shrink and it would have automatically expanded in that case. So it is a very nice analogy, the rope. Yeah. Even if we are trying to untie Krishna, it would have been shrunk a lot. So she wouldn't have been able to tie him.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point too, bro. I mean, in the spiritual world, everything is conscious. So that whole Lasat Kundalam, I mean, that description of the Damodar prayers, they expand on that, and it is said that they were all conscious and conscious beings. I mean, you don't have any dead matter in the spiritual world. So the rope was also conscious and it was shrinking under Krishna's direction. It's
amazing when it comes to Krishna's pastimes, right? Many acharyas have described in many different ways, but all are correct.
Yeah.
So there is no one particular way or one particular meaning. There are like 10 meanings, and each pastime has 10 different meanings. So everything is amazing. So
because the Lord is unlimited. So, we cannot box him in one description, say, this is the right description. Krishna's got so many descriptions that, and like you said, all the acharyas are right.
yes, wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa.
Thank you, Mahasevo. Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ajit Krishna
Thank you
Prabhu.
so very much, Prabhuji.
Jai.
Jai Shri Prabhu.
Hari Hari Bol.
People.